One of my favorite things as a baseball fan is trying to identify which players are on the verge of finally breaking out. Whether you play fantasy baseball or, like me, enjoy playing scout from the comfort of your couch, there's something especially satisfying about finding a player who's about to outperform the median fan's expectations. Breakouts aren't perfectly predictable, but they also don't come out of nowhere. In many cases, a player's underlying metrics tell a story that hasn't yet been reflected in their outcome-based statistics. This video is the first part of a two-part series looking at 5 pitchers and later 5 hitters who I think have strong breakout potential heading into 2026. Here I'm focusing on pitchers who flashed those signals in 2025. Some have already taken meaningful steps forward, while others struggled on the surface but showed the traits of a much better pitcher beneath the results. By looking at factors like pitch quality and contact suppression, we can get a clearer picture of which arms are best positioned to break out in 2026. Returning in June, 13 months removed from Tommy John surgery, Shien was outstanding for the Dodgers. Across 73 and a third innings, he posted a 2.82 ERA and a 2.93 FIP. As a starter, he made 12 appearances and logged 59 and 2/3 innings, during which he ranked among the league's elite in several key indicators. A strikeout minus walk rate of 25.7%, which ranked 8th best in baseball. A 447 Scooble, which is Z contact percentage minus O swing percentage, which ranked as the 5th best in MLB. The 2nd highest swinging strike rate, the 4th lowest contact rate, and a pitching plus of 108. That performance is even more striking when contrasted with Shien's prior major league stint. In 2023, before undergoing Tommy John surgery, he struggled across 60 and a third innings, pitching to a 4.92 ERA, a 4.85 FIP, and a 15.3 strikeout minus walk rate. The post-surgery version of Shien was not just healthier, it was meaningfully better. The improvements were driven by a clear jump in swing and miss ability. Shien's O-swing rate climbed more than 3 percentage points to 34.8%, while his Z contact rate dipped by nearly 2 percentage points. The most dramatic gains came from his slider. In 2025, the pitch generated a 43.5% chase rate, up nearly 10 percentage points from 2023, reduced its Z contact rate from over 78% to under 75%, and increased its swinging strike rate from 19.6% to 23.3%. These gains coincided with a significant usage spike as Shien increased his slider's frequency from just under 19% to 30.4% in 2025. Those results were supported by tangible velocity and shape changes. Shien's slider velocity jumped by 2 miles per hour to 87.8. Additionally, his changeup saw an even larger increase of 3.3 miles per hour to 86.2. His fastball velocity ticked up slightly relative to his pre-surgery levels, but the more meaningful change was in its ride. In 2025, his four-seam fastball averaged 17.9 inches of induced vertical break, up sharply from 15.6 inches in 2023. When Shien first reached the majors, the primary concern was that he was essentially a two-pitch pitcher, relying heavily on his fastball and changeup. In 2025, he answered that concern decisively. His slider emerged as a true plus and arguably elite breaking ball, generating an incredible 11 runs of value in a small sample, or 3.2 runs per 100 pitches. For Shien to break out, he doesn't need to add anything new to his arsenal. The post-Tommy John version already made substantial strides in stuff, pitch mix, and swing and miss ability. At this point, the remaining question is durability and volume. If he stays healthy and sustains this level of performance over a larger sample, it wouldn't be surprising to see Shien develop into an all-star and potentially even flirt with Cy Young contention. After an underwhelming and limited sample of just 22 and 2/3 innings across 2023 and 2024, Jacob Lopez established himself as a fixture in the A's rotation in 2025. He finished the season with a 4.08 ERA and a 4.26 FIP, a strong 19% strikeout minus walk rate, and a 3.64 expected ERA, ranking 42nd among starting pitchers with at least 50 innings pitched. Lopez's strong expected ERA is largely driven by his excellent quality of contact suppression. In 2025, opponents posted an average exit velocity of just 86.9 miles per hour against him, placing Lopez in the 94th percentile league-wide. He also ranked in the 94th percentile in hard hit rate allowed, 33.2%, and the 78th percentile in barrel rate, 6.6%, consistently limiting damaging contact. While Lopez excels in inducing soft contact, his batted ball profile raises some concern. His air ball rate, defined as the percentage of batted balls hit in the air, sat in an elevated 71.4%, the 8th highest among pitchers who faced at least 500 batters last season. Additionally, he had a pulled air rate of 27%, ranking 11th in MLB. StatCast data from 2022 to 2024 illustrates why this matters. Although pulled air balls accounted for just 17.5% of all batted balls during that span, they were responsible for 66% of home runs. Those batted balls produced a .547 batting average, a .1277 slugging percentage, and a .733 WOBA, making them one of the most damaging outcomes in baseball. By contrast, air balls that were not pulled yielded a .319 batting average, a .527 slugging percentage, and a .353 WOBA. Despite this, the relationship between pulled air percentage and WOBA is relatively weak overall. While pulled air percentage is a statistically significant variable on WOBA, the R-squared value is very low. Quality of contact metrics such as hard hit rate, average exit velocity, and barrel rate show much stronger relationships with WOBA. In that context, Lopez's elite ability to suppress hard contact outweighs concerns about his elevated pulled air ball rate, though it remains a variable worth monitoring. From a pitch quality standpoint, Lopez stands out due to his exceptional induced horizontal break. His four-seam fastball averages 13.6 inches of arm side run, 5.5 inches more than the league average, while his slider features 9.2 inches of glove side movement, exceeding the league average by 5.1 inches. The slider is Lopez's premier pitch. It generated a run value of 6 in 2025, averaging 1.1 runs per 100 pitches. The pitch also proved effective at missing bats, producing a 36.1% chase rate and a 15.5% swinging strike rate. Overall, Lopez laid a strong foundation for future success in 2025. Even with a less than ideal batted ball profile, his combination of bat missing ability and elite contact suppression positions him well to build on last season's performance. Primarily working out of the bullpen during his rookie season in 2025, Braxton Ashcraft made an immediate impact. Across 69 2/3 innings, the Pirates' third-ranked prospect entering the season posted a 2.71 ERA and a 2.78 FIP. While his 16.1% strikeout minus walk rate was modest, Ashcraft distinguished himself through elite contact suppression, highlighted by a 4.6 barrel rate that ranked in the 94th percentile. Beyond limiting hard contact, Ashcraft's batted ball profile further supported his success. His pulled air ball rate sat at just 13.8% in 2025, the 70th lowest mark among 353 pitchers who faced at least 200 batters. He also generated ground balls at a 50.8% clip, ranking 52nd among that same group, helping to minimize damaging contact. Ashcraft leaned heavily on his slider, throwing it 31.2% of the time with excellent results. This pitch generated an elite 38.9% chase rate and an 18% swinging strike rate, producing a run value of 4 on the season and averaging 1.1 runs per 100 pitches. Complementing the slider is a 97 mph four-seam fastball that, despite its velocity, grades as essentially league average in terms of its vertical and horizontal movement. However, his sinker and curveball both emerged as quality secondary offerings, posting run values of 1.9 and 1.7 per 100 pitches respectively. Even with a high 93.8% zone contact rate and an 84.1% overall contact rate against his sinker, the pitch was highly effective, limiting opponents to a .263 WOBA thanks largely to a robust 62.5% ground ball rate. Ashcraft's curveball stands out in particular. Among pitchers who threw at least 200 curveballs in 2025, his 1.7 run value per 100 pitches ranked 10th in MLB. The pitch is thrown hard, averaging 84.3 miles per hour, the 14th highest average curveball velocity in the league, and features significant movement, with 51 inches of vertical break and 8 inches of glove side sweep, both well above league average. As a result, the curveball carries an elite 135 stuff plus grade. In his rookie season, Ashcraft combined excellent contact suppression with favorable batted ball outcomes while showcasing 3 likely plus pitches to pair with the 97 mph fastball. As he transitions into a full-time rotation role in 2026, Ashcraft appears well positioned to emerge as one of the more compelling starting pitcher breakout candidates. When Debmers was called up late in the 2021 season, he was the Angels' top prospect and one of the most highly regarded left-handing pitching prospects in baseball. Across 62 minor league innings, Debmers posted an eye-popping 35% strikeout minus walk rate, along with strong run prevention metrics fueling expectations that he would quickly establish himself as a rotation mainstay. That promise never fully materialized at the major league level. From 2021 through 2024, Debmers made 75 starts and logged 385 and 2/3 innings, pitching to a 4.9 ERA and a 4.27 FIP. His underlying performance lagged as well, with a 15.1 strikeout minus walk rate, a 5.42 screwball, and a 1.28 home run per 9 inning rate. Among the 156 pitchers who threw at least 300 innings over that span, Debmers ranked 141st in ERA, placing him firmly among the least effective regular starters in the league. After continued struggles, the Angels moved Debmers to the bullpen in 2025, and the results were meaningfully different. In 63 and 2/3 relief innings, he posted a 3.96 ERA and a 3.12 FIP, while improving his strikeout minus walk rate to 20.7%, lowering his screwball to 480, and cutting his home run rate to 0.85 home runs per 9 innings. This role change unlocked tangible improvements in both his stuff and command. Debmers' swing and miss ability took a clear step forward. His fastball whiff rate jumped nearly 6 percentage points year over year to 30.9%, while his slider whiff rate increased almost 4 percentage points to 40.8%. Just as important, he got hitters to chase his fastball more, with his O-swing percentage rising from 26% in 2024 to 33.5% in 2025, accounting for much of the overall improvement in his screwball. There were also gains in pitch quality and execution. Debmers' four-seam fastball averaged 18.2 inches of induced vertical break, up from 17.9 the year prior and placing him just outside the top 50 pitchers. His stuff plus jumped from 104 to 112, location plus improved from 98 to 112, and his overall pitching plus climbed to an excellent 122. Supporting that growth, his edge percentage, a measure of how often pitches are located on the edges of the strike zone, rose to a career best 45%, nearly 3 percentage points higher than in 2024. Debmers is expected to return to the starting rotation in 2026, tasked with carrying these gains back into a starter's workload. While he may never develop into an all-star caliber pitcher, the improvements that he showed in 2025 suggest a higher baseline than in previous seasons. If even a portion of his bullpen gains translates back to the rotation, Debmers is well positioned to deliver the best starting pitching season of his career in 2026. Jonah Tong was arguably the best pitcher in the minor leagues in 2025, overwhelming AA and AAA hitters on his way to a late-season major league call-up. His success didn't immediately translate, however, as he struggled in 18 and 2/3 innings, with a 7.71 ERA and a 4.31 FIP. While there's cause for concern, it's impossible to ignore Tong's historic 2025 season across AA and AAA. In 113 and 2/3 innings in the minors, Tong pitched to a 1.43 ERA, a 1.68 FIP, and an otherworldly 31.1 strikeout minus walk rate. His screwball was a ridiculous 258. To put this in perspective, Drake's screwball led the major leagues in 2025 with a screwball of 427. That was 65.5% higher than Tong's across the minors in 2025. Tong's strength is an elite four-seam fastball with exceptional ride, averaging 19.8 inches of induced vertical break at the MLB level. He also made meaningful strides with his changeup in 2025. In a limited AAA sample, the pitch generated a Z contact rate of around 60% and a chase rate near 35%, which gave him a legitimate secondary weapon alongside the fastball. The primary concern with Tong is that much of his minor league success came without a true third pitch. While he mixes in a curveball and a slider, neither graded as a plus offering in the minors. That's a survivable profile at the lower levels, but it becomes far more difficult for a major league starter. Compounding the issue, the changeup that fueled his breakout faltered during his MLB stint. It posted a location plus of just 72, struggling both to find the zone and to induce chases. Its 12.5% put-away rate ranked 181st out of 226 pitchers who threw at least 100 changeups. With only one consistently effective pitch, major league hitters adjusted quickly to his four-seam fastball. Tong's O-swing rate on his fastball dropped from 38% in AAA to 22.5% in the majors, and when he located pitches in the zone, they were frequently squared up, as evidenced by an 85.1% Z contact rate. This isn't an argument against Tong rebounding in 2026. It's an explanation for why he struggled on a very small MLB sample. In fact, he still flashed the traits that made him dominant in the minors. When ahead in the count, he was effective, and his fastball remained a true weapon. Tong's fastball put-away rate was 25.9%, ranking 24th among pitchers who threw at least 200 fastballs. Context matters. Tong was called up as a raw prospect in the middle of a playoff race with little margin for adjustment. Betting on the changeup that he showed in over 110 minor league innings being closer to reality than the version seen in fewer than 20 MLB innings is a reasonable gamble. Tong doesn't need 3 elite pitches to thrive. With one already in place, simply getting his changeup and a breaking ball to a solid major league level could be enough to fuel a breakout rookie season in 2026. Predicting breakouts is never about guarantees. It's about identifying pitchers whose underlying metrics point to a higher level of performance than the results suggest. This means recognizing improvements in pitch quality, swing and miss ability, and contact suppression, even when those gains aren't immediately reflected in the stat line. Breakouts don't require something to suddenly click out of nowhere. More often, they happen when those underlying gains are sustained over a larger sample with better health, clearer roles, or a more consistent workload. That's the common thread tying this group together. If even a portion of those signals carry forward in 2026, it wouldn't be surprising to see multiple pitchers from this group take a real step forward. These are the kinds of breakouts that feel obvious in hindsight because the indicators were already there. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. It would really help the channel continue to grow. Thank you, and see you again next video.